Many of you contacted me asking me how you can book a reading with me. Navigate to my channel page and find my name. Click on the More button. And there it will open up the About box section. There I have listed the number of questions, the number of minutes, the number of questions, and the price, along with the delivery method. So say for instance you contact me, you say, Tara, I would like to have a 45-minute reading, my most popular package by the way, and you can see that it's 3 to 4 questions, the price, and the delivery method. Here you can find my email address, and so that's all you have to do. Let me show you again. Come to find my name, click on the More button, and there you have all the instructions on how to book. So let's get to the reading right now. Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your reading for September 2024. I'm just going to get into the reading, so let me show you what I have. I have with me the Radiant White deck. I have with me the La Vida Sibila. I think I have to move slowly. Like that. And we'll wrap the reading up with the Golden Nostradamus. Before I was using for the first 2 readings, I was using the Angel Answer cards, but I spilled coffee all over them and they had to be thrown away. I have ordered a new pack, but it hasn't come yet. Okay, so let's just turn around the camera around and see what we have. This is going to be a 9-card spread. Oh, I forgot what that was sitting back there. It will be a 9-card spread, and I'm going to shuffle the cards a little more for you. I've already done some premeditation and shuffling on their sign and glyph. If the story doesn't resonate with you being as a Gemini sun, please check back to your moon and rising signs. Okay, and we put one more rifle. I keep thinking this card is going to come out. I don't know why, but we'll see. We'll see what happens when I deal. It just feels like it wants to come out for some reason. Let's cut the cards. 9 cards down. Here we go. The Hermit. The 2 of Wands. The 9 of Swords. Next row, the 10 of Swords. That's all mental energy. The 7 of Pentacles. The Page of Swords. Last row down, the World card. So not bad. The Hangman. And lastly, oh my gosh, the Devil. So what is over the whole entire reading, the energy of the entire reading? It's a 10 of Pentacles. let me see what I have. Just one wand, 3 swords, a pentacle, and 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. There are no repeater numbers in the spread. Let's start with the 7 of Pentacles. Let me back up. The major arcana are your spiritual lessons. The wands typically represent work or career, but for me they just represent passion, focus, determination, desire. It's a fire energy. The swords stand for mental energy, so that's going to be communications, thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, ideas. And of course, the pentacles represent either the doing of something or finances. And with the 7 of Pentacles, first of all, it's a 7, and 7s are spiritual numbers, but the 7s, the energy of the 7 is stopping to question yourself. You have some self-doubt about something. This can either be finances or the doing of something. So maybe you have something you've been working on and now you got to a place where you're not sure about it. But the 7 is a card that says you're waiting for the harvest to come in. So it says that you may be working and working and working, but not seeing a whole lot of gains from what you're doing. And the 7 to me always looks as if the guy in the card is trying to determine what he's going to do with this pentacle at his feet. And I expect that that's some kind of gift or offer or proposal. But you're looking at it because you are trying to figure out if you have enough space on your bush to place it. How much is it going to take you to tend it, to add it to the bush, to make it grow? Is it going to be a lot of work? That's a physical realm. Are you going to have to feed it, fertilize it, water it? Is it going to grow? And the 7 is somewhat like the 9, the Hermit card. The energy is somewhat the same, except that 9s are a pause on a focus on completion. And this says that you're deep into contemplation or meditation about whatever is happening in your life. And the Hermit is not just a teacher, a scholar, he's learning something, but he also is a teacher. And in his lamp, he carries the star card. There's a star in his lamp. And stars are supposed to be about your North Star, what you really truly want to be doing. But the reason why he's holding on to the lamp with a star inside is so that he can not only see his way through the dark and regain illumination, but he can also hold it out for other people to come to him and ask, Hermit, what did you learn? There's something else he's telling me. Sometimes it means someone who is alone, maybe isolated, and usually the card can stand for somebody who spends a lot of time alone, but does well for it. But backing up the Hermit is a 2 of Wands, and 2s are always choices, decisions, options, dualities, oppositions, either you being actively opposed within yourself about something, or someone actively opposing you. No, you can't do that. But when the Two of Wands shows up, it talks about knowing that you have the whole world in your hand, but there's more work to do. You have a decision to make. And sometimes the card can be about a new project or something that really has you maybe quietly excited. There's a house down here. I don't think this is a contractual issue about buying a house, but there's a home right here. But you're up on the bluff. Whatever this decision is that you have to make, and you're contemplating it, you're having nightmares, insomnia, bad dreams. Basically, it's mental fears that you are having. Always look at this card. I told you wrong. I have 2 9s. That could be about a house move or a change of address. So let me finish. The 9 of Swords says you are very worried about whatever this decision is. And you have to climb out of your mind, because it may not be as bad as you think it is. The reality of the situation. That looks like a ladder to me, going down this way. And sometimes the mind can make things worse than they really are. But it's backed up by the 10 of Swords. And the 10 says that is the end of you worrying about the thing. The crisis point has been reached. It has gotten as bad as it could possibly get. The card also says that it could be an ambush situation, like somebody surprise you, a surprise attack. It could also be about, I call this card the overkill card, because it only takes one well-placed sword in the back to kill somebody. But that's 10 swords. It's like overkill. And sometimes I see the card saying that the person may be, because they have insomnia and having been sleeping well, they're having problems in their lower back, their middle back, upper back, and neck problems. But it also says that it's the darkest before the dawn. See the sunlight right there? And also says that you may take a trip over water, around water, near water, or by water. This is typically a long distance trip though. We come over to the page. And pages are always only messages to me. It's a low level message. It hasn't been fully fleshed out yet, but it's a message. It never shows up to me as a person. But the page is always someone who deals in information. So sometimes the person can be acting like a spy, or he's just learning to communicate. However, the page is not someone who is going to hold his tongue. He speaks the truth whether you want to hear it or not. So to me, this says that a message comes into you. And the last 3 cards are all major arcana. And the message is, yeah, you've been alone right now and you've been contemplating. This could be gaining new information and ideas. This says a graduation. You have gone through some crap and now you're about to graduate. And you could look to better times. So a new cycle is coming for you. And this can have to do with the nodes of either Scorpio or Taurus, or Leo and Aquarius, where we are right now, there's an opposition between the two. Or opposition between Scorpio and Taurus. I don't know why I said that. I already said that. But the person inside the wreath, it promises peace, but also says you are protected at this time. See how the figure is protected around the wreath, inside the wreath? And she has balance. The 2 wands in her hand. So this is about getting ready to move on, but there's a pause here with the Hangman. And the Hangman is about looking at something from a higher perspective. In other words, it's like you're looking at everything from 20,000 feet up, getting a bird's eye view. And it speaks about a hold and a pause to really get in touch with what you are feeling. This card is ruled by Neptune. So Neptune creates a lot of fog, a lot of confusion, particularly right now at the time of Mercury retrograde. But the odd thing, and not the odd thing, the other thing about the Hangman is that he placed himself there. So this is about you placing yourself somewhat in stasis, not doing anything, and feeling everything that's going on around you, being intuitive. Again, whenever I see this card is saying to me, you might be having headaches or ideas are coming in. There might be shoulder problems, back problems, knee problems, foot problems, leg problems. And the card says, to wait. Just to wait. And see how things, what your intuition is really telling you. Because it ends, with the Devil. Now, most people see this card and they fear this card. They hate to see the Devil, the Hangman, and the Hermit because it implies isolation, a time of waiting, but you don't know what the Devil is talking about. So the card represents Saturn, usually the 10th house over here. The 10th house represents what you want to be known for, your legacy. Sometimes it can imply a family business that has lots of money for generations, but sometimes it can represent somebody wanting to retire. This, you know how you work with people for so long that they become like family to you. Everybody pulling their own weight in the where you work. So this card told me is about success, but only you can choose what success really means to you. It's not for somebody else to decide. It's for you to decide. Because sometimes some people get a fancy job making 6 figures a year, and other people just want to get their kids through college. Okay? And that's to you that is success. But we're back to the Devil. The Devil says you fear something is looming, but you find out it's going to be all right. So the Devil can represent power struggles, control issues, someone playing games with you or trying to use their power over you. But really what the card says is that you can accomplish anything if you're willing to do the hard work. If you're willing to roll up your sleeves and do the hard work. Because I think you feel as though you are chained to a situation. And the one thing that the Devil card says is that you will never change in such a way that you can never be free. It also speaks to temptation, desires, sex, all the things dealing with the earthly plane, the thing that we have to do to live. That's what the Devil is about. So maybe it's about a relationship, it's about drugs, it's about alcohol, it's about gambling. But whatever the problem is, you are not changed in such a way you can never be free, and you have to be willing to do the hard work. Roll up your sleeves. Now, I didn't tell you that the cards are read past, present, future, past, present, future, and the interplay of the cards. And I really don't know what this story is about, except I think you have a major decision, one in which brings you a lot of fear, but something breaks through. What do you chain yourself to? That's what the card is telling me. The message comes in and it asks you, what do you really desire? Or is it somebody in your job that is giving you a hard time? But what do you desire? What do you most want to achieve? And how hard are you willing to work? And what are you chaining yourself to? Now, I can't look at any other card. I can't look at the page of cups, swords, because he represents a person traditionally, and that leaves me the Two of Swords, the 9, the 10 of the 2 of Wands, the 9 and 10 of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles as they relate to these 4 Arcana cards. So I'm going to look and see. Two of Wands. Talks about a focus on relationships with others and can indicate a need for independence and solitude. The Two of Wands indicates that some kind of crossroads has been reached and that a choice or decision is now called for. It suggests that this is the right time for assessment and planning. It may be indicating a business venture or partnership which has security, but there is still a need to look beyond that. It tells of achievement in business and career success. In regards to business and finances, if you were to cleverly yet fairly negotiate, the outcome will be favorable. It talks about embarking on a new enterprise. Also, it can indicate that a letter or message will give you the answer to an important question to do with the contract or transition. But it doesn't say anything being by these 4 cards. So I move to the 9 of Swords. It doesn't tell me anything about being next to the 4 major arcana. But it speaks about a preoccupation with past experiences, particularly those of a painful or hurtful nature. But it tells you to be patient, as better things are coming soon. You are asked not to rush things. Remember, I told you to wait. At this time, as you may only hinder your progress. It says to maintain trust and faith. The 10 of Swords can indicate a separation or severance of ties within a relationship that can be business or personal. It can be warning about somebody wanting control over another person for themselves, for their own gain. It tells you to take the utmost caution when undertaking a new venture at this time, particularly if you are dealing with a person you do not know well or at all. Those feelings can lead to distrust and suspicion. So it will behoove you to look closely at all avenues and from all angles, and only proceed if you feel it is the right thing to do for you. Next to the Hermit indicates that a great deal of thorough examination and consideration is needed prior to taking on future activities or plans. There is a need for deep thought and contemplation. It is a message to consider all future activities before taking any action. The two nines, the Nine of Swords and the Hermit, suggests a house move or a change of address. And here I see a house here, and this could be a city, a new city. The Seven of Pentacles infers that a positive change for the better will affect your income and personal life. Do not be anxious if delay or postponement takes place in regards to some kind of financial negotiations. All is going to plan, so use that time wisely. It usually represents a change or changes in direction. It indicates material securities with options for a new course to take. Decisions to do with choice is apparent, so it is important to weigh up all options, the choice being whether to remain in the position you are currently in or to step forward in the new. I honestly don't know what this card is about. I don't know if you're looking for a new job. The cards are not giving me a lot of information about what the underlying story is, and sometimes that happens. So what I want to do for you, because the Devil is outgoing energy, that energy is about, you have to go, whatever this hurdle is or this choice, these two cards are choice, you need to wait and examine all avenues before making, and you never make a decision under Mercury retrograde or after a full moon. So you got 2 more days to one more day to wait after the full moon, and Mercury retrograde doesn't end till sometime in September. I think it's the 1st or the 2nd. Don't quote me on that. So if you have a decision to make, wait until it's more auspicious. But sometimes in life we really can't wait, and you have to make the best decision that you can, but you want to have all the information. And sometimes the Page of Swords can be somebody who tells lies. So let's look at the Page of Swords, see what's going on with him. The Devil just says, you know, if you feel stuck, get unstuck. And if that means you have to confront somebody about the way they are treating you or talking to you, then do so. Get out from under them. I'm going to pull 2 cards on both the Page of Swords and the Devil. Pull cards on both. this is what I'm going to do. Just watch me. The doctor, and this person is usually somebody who holds a degree, so that can be like a lawyer, an accountant. He's a degreed person, learned, but his role is to help. Doctore, Lamante, lover, male. But if you can notice, he's playing his guitar, but the window is empty. There's nobody there, and there's a chest in the, like somebody is about to leave. And the limonale, which is a card of marriages and contracts. It spells very good news, particularly with these three cards. So it could be, just looking at the pictures, it could be that somebody has asked you to join forces with them, either in a business partnership or a personal relationship. This card can only be talking about sex. That's what the devil stands for. One of the things the devil stands for, the third dimension. But I say for you to give it some more thought, because over here you have 10 pentacles, but you lose 3. So you got to give up something. Okay? And you have to decide, what is it and what is it going to take? Do you have enough energy to focus on the problem or whatever the issue is? We will pull a Golden Nostradamus to wrap the reading up. Let's see what he has to say about the situation, if anything. The book. And you know, thing about books is, books can either let you, inform you of something, give you some knowledge, or the book can keep things shut and secret. So let's see what the book has to say. As long as a fool in silence remains, people may think he has half a brain. Ask advice of someone who knows more than you, experts or people you know who love you. It is a roadmap and personal advice provided from someone we should seek out. And this card is talking about either a marriage or a contract. So contracts are all kinds to do with houses, businesses, whatever. And so the cards counsel you to ask somebody else advice. You don't have to take the advice that they give you, but you ask somebody who has been or is going through the same thing you are going through right now, and tailor their advice to how they dealt with it to your situation. Okay? And good luck.